Daley, a law firm specializing in all aspects of family law representation, is proud to present an overview of the divorce process in Texas. There are 6 steps to obtaining a divorce in Texas: letting the court know you want a divorce by filing a petition, formally notifying your spouse, agreeing to temporary orders, learning about assets, debts, and other details through a process called discovery, negotiating a final settlement, and finalizing your divorce. Let's look at each of these steps in greater detail. The first step is to file a petition for divorce. A petition for divorce is a legal document that your attorney creates after meeting with you to learn the facts and circumstances of your case. The petition notifies the court that you want a divorce and in a general way lets the court know what you want it to do. The petition will identify your family and ask the court to grant you a divorce. It also asks the court to order a parenting plan, which establishes rights and duties concerning the children. It also asks the court to order a just and right division of community property and may ask the court to change the wife's name back to her maiden name. If there is an immediate threat of danger to you or your children, it may ask the court to remove your spouse from the house. This step of filing a petition for divorce can be done as early as the same day you retain your attorney. The second step, after notifying the court that you want a divorce, is formally notifying your spouse. Even if you tell your spouse about the divorce, the court has strict legal requirements for how this must be done. Generally, there are 2 approaches. The first is to have a third party, called a process server, deliver a copy of your petition to your spouse. This is called serving your spouse. Your spouse can be served at his or her place of work, at home, or anywhere else he or she may be found. Although this approach costs more than using a waiver of service, it is much safer if your spouse is likely to be violent. On the other hand, if you or your spouse have already discussed divorce and agreed that you should file, using a process server can sour the amicability of the process. Another approach is to use a waiver of service. In this approach to notifying your spouse, you hand your spouse a copy of the petition for divorce along with a short document called a waiver of service. Your spouse then signs the waiver in front of a notary, hands it back to you, and you return it to your attorney. When your spouse signs the waiver, he or she is not agreeing to anything, but rather is acknowledging that he or she has received a copy of your petition for divorce. This approach is best used with a cooperating spouse who is not likely to be violent.